Welcome to another episode of Trending Echoes, where today we'll dive into the intersection of cutting-edge technology and aviation. With us is a very special guest, engineer Marwa Al Mamari, the UAE's first aerospace engineer. Today in the episode, we're going to dive into the intersection on how AI and aviation interconnect somehow, somewhat. Welcome, engineer.
Thank you for having me, Lanud. Thank you. And it's an honor actually to be with you today.
The honor is ours. It is very nice to be in the heart of the Abu Dhabi International Book Fair and to talk about the importance of AI in different sectors today.
Definitely.
Before we dive into the topic itself, I'd like to ask a very personal question, Engineer Marwa, on what made you want to be, or what inspired you to be the first Emirati aerospace engineer?
Well, actually, it's a very common question.
I'm sure.
It's usually I'm asked the same question during my interviews, and it brings me back memories and a lot of feelings just diving into that story. Just to go short in the story, it's actually it wasn't actually an intention. It wasn't even planned. It wasn't even a dream. When I was growing up, I was meant to be a doctor, a physician, and I was tailored to be one actually along my school years until actually I was in high school, and then I had the change of heart and mind. It's very simple as it sounds. It was just a decision taken. I wouldn't say impulsively. It wasn't an impulsive, but it was. It came from the love and passion to explore new things. Imagining that a kid was tailored all 12 years of his school education to be a doctor, you felt like I'm done. I'm almost a doctor. You see, but by time you actually find out that there are more to learn and more to challenge yourself with. And that's a part of my personality and traits, that I like always to be challenged. If I don't know something, I like to challenge myself. Let's try. Let's, cross out of that comfort zone. So that was basically the reason I wanted to join aerospace engineering or the aviation industry in general. I felt that I need to learn more about this mysterious word. Why? Actually, that question that triggered that passion and that drive was, how does an airplane fly? You see? And I love physics. It's one of my favorite fields and subjects to learn about. And that was mainly what made me decide that have a change of heart, that no, I don't want to do medicine anymore. Although I joined medicine for the first period of my education, but then I dropped off and I joined civil engineering for another year. Then I dropped off, and then that when I actually joined aerospace engineering.
By just saying the first Emirati aerospace engineer, for me, that makes me so proud of you, honest.
Thank you.
But I'm sure you faced many obstacles during the way too.
Of course.
I mean, yes, it's nice that one split second you make a decision going like, no, I want to shift. Let's try to shift. Let's try to explore the other side.
Yeah.
And that itself made you the first Emirati aerospace engineer.
Yes.
So is there any obstacles that you faced during the way? What are the things that supported you?
Let's put it this way. It's never easy, especially aviation. I always say it's a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
And even back then, it wasn't only a male-dominated industry. The education itself was provided only to males. So, and it was new to the country here in UAE. So, when I decided to join aerospace engineering, they didn't provide the degree for it in the country. So there was like a startup courses or a diploma that carries on with you you have to travel actually eventually to finish the degree overseas. But even to start up and coming from such community or very traditional in core and in a beautiful way, so no one should get me wrong. It was a challenge, of course. So for my parents, it was a shock and it was a no. It wasn't like, that's why I had to smooth the way to them by actually trying to meet their requirements and expectation, joining first medicine, then civil engineering, just to get me closer to aerospace engineering. So apart from the challenges I faced through my family and parents and culture and community, there was the technical part where actually they don't provide it to in a full term bachelor degree. So which meant back then I have to start here in the country, and back then was Emirates Aviation College, which is now Emirates Aviation University, was the only provider of those courses. So as a startup. And again, to join that, I needed an exceptional and a special approval. And here when it comes, all the support I received by Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed, Dr. Ahmed Al Ali, they supported me and they approved my joining to the course and carry on to, of course, finish it overseas. So I did luckily find the support, because this is what our leadership is about. They always support any ambition, any dreams, any when they can feel actually that there is a bigger purpose and a more noble purpose of what you're doing. They actually adopt your vision and start supporting it, emotionally and with all kind of supports, I should say. It always touches my heart, because at the time where I faced the rejection from some actually people, they embraced me and gave me the chance that today I feel so proud actually that I followed, and I'm happy that I did follow actually a dream which was created at that moment. It wasn't a childhood dream. It was created at a moment, and it was fulfilled by the support of their leadership.
Honestly, you're a true example of a beautifully made role model today.
Thank you.
I want to now dive more onto the subject itself. I mean, AI and aircraft itself seem like a very unusual combination. So can you please give us a brief on the history of how AI itself came to be used in the aviation sector?
Actually, in the contrary, AI is a very huge part of the aviation industry, even before the AI becomes what we know it today.
Okay.
So artificial intelligence is actually like an explanation of what a human brain should act, right? It mimics our thinking, it mimics our behavior, our problem solving as human being. So that's what actually AI is about, mimicking what a human is capable of. And for an AI, you need to provide as much data as you can in order to achieve the best results, of course. So that was embedded long time ago in aviation industry, but it wasn't as what we see today. Like the autopilot is basically based on AI. You see, you feed in data about navigation, about altitude, about so many data. You feed it to that system and start predicting how to land you safely. Or to fly you, to take off, or to cruise with you. So it was there in aviation ever since the start. It's a very crucial part of the industry and the aviation in particular. So today, the technology in advancing the AI is just another way of making the aviation safer for the people. So if I dive more, it's a lot of technical words, but let me put it this way. AI is today here to help us to advance, to make it safer and more secure industry. And it's so much welcomed. It's not new to the industry, I must say, but it will help a lot in developing the industry.
So, how do you believe AI could be expected to improve the aviation safety?
So let me give you that example. And I always use it actually because it's very simple and very straightforward. For any human being, we have, even with the pilots, like we deal with that a lot with the pilots. As a human nature, we have the startle effect. Yeah. So when you are in a situation where you're facing a huge problem or in a shocking situation, your startle effect can take you certain seconds to react, and your reaction can vary from one person to another.
Sure.
We don't really understand how you react to that situation. Will you freeze? Will you do something wrong? Will you actually? Yeah, it is absolutely unpredictable. So AI actually controls that.
Wow.
So instead of leaving that to human, to even those few seconds for a human being to react, or the pilot to react to a very disturbing situation in the flight, AI will actually remove that period of time. That's one. And react as per the book, as per the rules, as per whatever we fit the system with. So we'll take the right decision for the safety of the passenger and the airplane, of course. So that's a very simple example about AI in the industry during flying, let alone the operations. It will enhance the security, the carbon emission for sustainable aviation, which we all trying to achieve. Like the industry is trying to achieve zero emission by in 50 years, for example. The existence of AI today will help us enhance the products, the fuel, used for the aviation. Even the processes. So that's how actually it's very important to include AI in the industry in a very major. Let me say that because I get that question a lot. Is it gonna replace a human?
Yeah, that was literally my second question. Like, do you see a future where AI will replace human pilots?
It can't, because again, I say AI is man-created, man-made.
So it needs us to feed it.
Yes. So the human, maybe you'll have a change of jobs or job description. Let me put it this way, but it will never replace a human. You see it. Even in future, we might see actually like airplanes flying without pilots, but it doesn't mean that the pilot will lose their jobs.
So you believe that AI has to work hand in hand with the humans?
100%.
They cannot be split.
100%.
Okay. I'm with you on this because last time I was driving inside the yacht and I saw those cars with those no drivers. I was like, what? I wouldn't feel safe.
Unmanned,
yes. I wouldn't feel safe to be in that
This
bus.
is something as well, you need to work on with people, because it's something can be scary to some, especially if you don't have a really understanding for what an AI is capable of. So it's really important first to educate people about it and promote it, advocate for the AI. And we can see it everywhere now in all industries, not only in aviation. You just need to get people confidence about it.
In terms of environment and sustainability in aviation, do you think AI has a role in playing in sustainability and environment?
Yes, of course, and that's what I just said. It's gonna help actually enhancing the products in the fuel and the emission, and the processes itself will help, because imagine the number of data that comes to the AI because of all the number of flights, all the issues going through, the incidents, the accidents. That all will enhance even the process to make a better aviation and sustainable aviation, which is, again, we are trying to achieve in zero emission by in 50 years, inshallah.
Inshallah. I'm going to go back to ask a very close question to my heart. What is your advice to the young females, the young males out there that are still at school, that don't know what their career holds for them? What is your advice to them?
My advice, actually, follow your heart. I mean, what you love, and I started as going to medicine. I ended up in aerospace engineering, and it was very rewarding. I came to know about that, by the way, only by time I was graduating. I didn't know that I was the first until actually Sheikh Ahmed and Dr. Ahmed Al-Ali give me handed me my reward. So it was very rewarding, and it's never too late. You can always have a change. Maybe you follow a dream that doesn't pay you off and doesn't fulfill you as a person and contributor to the community. It's all right to change your mind and follow another dream and pursue another dream. It's never too late. I always say that I did actually stop my career for 10 years. 10 years because I knew my priorities in life as well, and I wanted to dedicate that time to my family, my new family back then, and I wanted to give them all my time and attention. And I decided to come back, and it was never too late. That's basically what I encourage young ladies and even the male in the industry and in different industries as well.
Thank you, Engineer Marwa Al Mamari.
Thank you, Lynn.
As we conclude today's episode on Trending Echoes, I'd like to thank our distinguished speaker here with us today on her insightful and valuable insights on this very crucial and important topic. Thank you again.
Thank you, Leonard, for having me today. It's a pleasure. Thank you.